Hello, everybody. Welcome to another review of the Haves and the Have-Nots, the final season, the final episodes. So, we start off with Jeffrey telling Madison that Justin was HIV positive, or that Tanner said that Justin was. And Jeffrey's trying to get it out, but Madison's like, well, I don't want to hear any of that and all that. And Jeffrey gets it out, and Madison's like, "Well, you need to protect yourself. You need to use condoms." And Jeffrey's like, "Is this a lecture?" And I'm like, Jeffrey, so you're trying to cop an attitude, and you're telling your current partner that your former partner uh, had HIV or might have had HIV, and you're copying an attitude. Jeffrey is a mess. So he he's telling Jeffrey, well, there are medications and all this. You'll take your medications. You're not going to die from it. Um, but Madison ends up giving Jeffrey an HIV test, and it's negative. So that's not enough for Jeffrey. So Jeffrey wants Madison to find out if Justin really was HIV positive. He's telling him, well, he's in the morgue. Can't you check? And Madison's like, I'm not going to lose my job. I'm like, Jeffrey, really? Jeffrey really tried it there. And I'm like, if you're not positive, Jeffrey, that's all you need to know. You don't need to know if Justin was not. I mean, it's all that mattered at that point was that he did not have it. I mean, why did he need to anyway? So Madison ends up looking up Justin's records and finds out he was not positive. And I'm like, Madison, you did look up records that you did not have the any reason or authorization to look up, so that was violating the rules. Which is no better than going and getting a sample from Justin's corpse to test. It's no better. I mean, you're looking in the records, and anyway. So Jeffrey wonders why Tanner lied and all that, and Madison's just like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. And Tanner just doesn't trust any of it. I mean, Madison just does not trust any of it. And so later on, Jeffrey is in bed with Madison, and he gets a call from Tanner, and Tanner is he's saying, well, I have this. I have something that Justin wants you to have. Can I come over, or can you come pick it up, and all of this? And then he asks Jeffrey if he wants to come to the service, that the service is the next day, which doesn't make any sense because why would a memorial service be that quick? So Madison just says, I don't like the sound of any of this. So Madison ends up having to go to work because somebody called in sick, and he's like, I know they're lying. And I said, well, Madison, you did take off of work for a family emergency when you really just wanted to be with Jeffrey. But I guess that's not too big of a lie because he is really into Jeffrey, and I guess Jeffrey is sort of like becoming his family. I guess I don't know. I guess you could say it was not really a bad excuse to get out of work. So Benny checks in with Candace in this dump of a motel, and Benny just likes to be, like low class because they're putting their lives on the line for this money. Yet Benny doesn't want to really spend any of it. So he was gonna go out with, I can't remember the real estate agent's name. I meant to look it up before the review. He's getting ready to go out to dinner with her. And he was just going to go out in the clothes he had on. And Candace is like, well, let me help you get a suit, hook you up with a nice suit. And so he gets over there to the suit place, the suit shop. And he's like quibbling over the prices, talking about, I want a discount, blah, blah, blah. And uh, the lady offers him a discount. He's like, "Can't you give it to me for $200?" And she's like, "Do you want me to lose my job?" And all of that. And he's flirting with her. And, Benny is just being extra sleazy. And she does end up giving a discount. The suit was $1,800. She brought it down to $1,200. And then he texts a picture of himself to Mitch wearing the suit. And it's like, and I guess since he went on and spent the money, he wanted to brag about it. And then Benny ends up seeing another suit, this ugly beige suit on the rack. It was only $600, and he was like to the sales lady, "Why didn't you show me this? You trying to hustle me? How much commission you make?" And she was just not here for it. She was matching his energy. He's flirting with her despite trying to go out with this real estate agent. Like I said, Benny's just really being sleazy. Meanwhile, back at the dump of a motel, Mitch and Candace were supposed to go out to eat, but Candace was messing around in the bathroom, saying she was getting ready and messing around. And finally, Mitch just decided to take off his clothes and just be in his underwear to try to seduce Candace. But she was not for it. So since she was not having that, he told her what was up with his family. He said, "Well, that protection may not be, you may not have it from my family. Because if Jim Cryer talks to my grandmother, the truth is going to come out. So somebody's going to get killed. And my bets are now on Mitch and Benny. One of them, maybe both of them. But yeah, it's not looking good for them. Preferably, it would be nice if only villains got killed in this and at the end, but you can't really have that in a show. You have to balance it out. So Madison gets down there to the hospital, and the nurse that Wyatt had flirted with, she was thanking him. "Thank you for coming down. Thank you for coming down. We're really short staffed." So he goes in there to check on Wyatt. And Wyatt's like, "Get me more painkillers." Madison says, "You've already had your dose for the day." So here comes Wyatt. He's like, "Do you think I'm attractive?" He's trying to run the same number on Madison that he ran on the other nurse. And Madison just shuts him down. It's just like, and so, and Wyatt, same thing as he did with the other lady. The lady with the other nurse, he called her a bitch. He called Madison an asshole, and Madison was just like whatever. He was not bothered by it. And so the nurse Trudy, she asked Madison, "Did he try to flirt with you?" And Madison's like, "Yes." And she's like, well, I almost took him up on it, because what's a few painkillers for a tumble? And at first, I didn't think she was even entertaining it, even remotely, but I guess she was entertaining it, but at least she didn't do it. It was stupid. Something funny is going to happen in next week's episode of the preview. I don't know how Wyatt is going to get Madison in a headlock with his legs, but he's going to do it. I know that these actors, some of these scenes, they could not have possibly done without laughing, because I don't see how you can, be in a headlock between somebody's legs and not laugh. Anyway, so Benny, he gets to his date, or it wasn't a date. It was, they were supposed to be signing the papers, and he had already told Candace he was just trying to smash. And I'm like, real disrespectful, just incredibly disrespectful for Benny to talk like that about any woman. And he gets in there and he's like, "Well, let's order some drinks." And she's not trying to have any alcohol because it's not a date. And Benny, she knows what Benny's up to. So she sarcastically said, "Let's go back to my place." And he's like, yeah, what? And then he tries to play it off. After she just rebuffs him, he tries to play it off. Well, I don't have sex with people I just met. And I'm like, Benny, you're just trying to save face because you just told Candace you were trying to smash. I mean, he's just being real disrespectful. And I'm like, so anyway. And this is why I think Benny is on the list to die. Because Sandy shows up acting crazy and insane. Oh, she killed my baby. She killed my son. And I'm like, with him as a father, I mean, I can see why she had an abortion, because that would have been a nightmare. I mean, why would she want to bring a child into the Malone family? Why was she even involved with them alone? I don't know. So he's saying all this stuff and he's telling Benny to get out of here. He's being racist and all of that. And Benny's looking like, Benny was staying real calm. And so Benny gets up. It looks like he's going to leave, but then he picks up this bottle and he cracks Sandy over the head with it. And I'm like, uh-oh. Benny, you're in trouble. So that was the episode. We'll see what happens in the remaining few episodes. I think Benny is a goner. I think Mitch is a goner. Just because the way things are like setting up. But we'll see what happens. Tell me what you thought of the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you the next time. Bye.